West funk, thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, high late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and reconnect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress and bring me looking like when blessings drop in. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah, let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Test. Let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo. Salute, everybody. Salute. Welcome to the podcast tonight. I am Urban. Appreciate y'all tuning in to see me. I appreciate it a whole lot. Appreciate everyone who gave me the thumbs up, and I appreciate everyone who's watching me right now. Appreciate everyone who's watching me in the bushes, and also appreciate everyone who's going to watch the replay of the stream tonight. Now, let's get into it, y'all. Now, throughout our culture, right, a lot of women have been dealing with men being considered as unfit fathers, or they call them deadbeat fathers, okay? The reason why they call men deadbeat fathers is because these type of men, they don't want to have nothing to do with the child whatsoever that they help procreate. Instead of them taking on the responsibilities of that said child, they either dodge child support obligations, they'll dodge visitation obligations. Some I heard that they'll get passports and flee the country and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So many women talk about these type of deadbeat fathers, especially being, content creators. I've seen women talk about it on Facebook, Twitter, just all different stories, but it all comes from the same perspective. But what if the story was in reverse? Instead of the man being considered as the deadbeat father, what if it's actually the mom who's a deadbeat mother. How would y'all perceive that? Would y'all have the same energy as y'all do for the deadbeat fathers? Or will you give the deadbeat mother a pass? Tonight, I'm going to want to present to y'all a story that I ran across. Okay. And I want you to want to hear this young man story. Then also within the story that I'm going to present to you tonight, there's going to be another one content creator that's going to give a review on what's happening with this situation. This content creator, she's actually pretty well known on YouTube. Her name is Yanni. She has a very interesting channel. I had looked at her content. Her content mainly focused on a lot of issues with dealing with women. Her content can be deemed as like a pink pill channel, meaning that her channel focus on a lot of feminism and different things like that. But she did a review on this young man, right? And we're gonna hear from this young man's perspective. We're gonna hear from her perspective, and like I always, I'm gonna give you my perspective on this particular situation. All right, and I'm just curious to want to know: Are the women going to have the same type of energy or smoke when they deal with one of their own? All right. So let's dive into this story. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure y'all get them thumbs up in the chat. Make sure y'all get them thumbs down as well too, because either way, it helps the stream, and I appreciate it a whole lot. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into this story right now. All right, let's go ahead and listen to this young man and hear his perspective, hear what he got to say. All right.
So I'm dropping my son off for his mom's week. She is not answering the phone. FaceTime, phone call, text message, doorbell, at all. It's her week. I have sole legal custody. I call all the shots. She said in court this past Monday she didn't want nothing to do with him yet again for the third time in court. Fourth time to my knowledge. One of them was through text message. Yeah, I was snooping. I did. She's somewhere on the island, perhaps. Maybe she pulling, one of them stunts where she went there a month ago and now she's posting it, and legit, she's probably in the house just chilling. Not answering her phone, not fulfilling her parental obligation per court order. And so if you really don't want our son, yo, just do not come back, bro. Like, just do not. He didn't even want to get out the car. When he seen where he was at, he did not want to get out the car. He did not want to go to the door. I will not make my son do something he do not want to do. If he didn't want to be around his mother like that, that's cool. I document everything when he's of age and he's able to understand. Son, here it is. Plain and simple. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let the evidence show you.
I saw.
All right. Before we get to Yanni's perspective, all right, let's go ahead and dive into his point of view, okay? Now, first of all, while he's on here, he's saying that he was trying to get his baby mom to participate in the visitation of their son. He's saying that she refused to participate in the visitation of their son. He said that they had been part of several different court mandates as well too to obligate her to do the visitations for their child. Now, one thing about it is that the court system, they only there to enforce certain rules and regulations, but at the end of the day, it is up to that person whether or not they're gonna comply with it or not. Now, another thing too is that if the parent doesn't cooperate in their visitation, depending on what state you reside in, right? If that parent don't cooperate in the visitation orders, right? What happens is that the other parent could file what is known as contempt. in court for not following the visitations. And so within that, they could go and they could request sole custody over the child. They could also request a mandatory custody where that said parent could automatically lose their legal rights over that child, depending on the situation. Also, depending on whether or not it's within the best interest for that child. And this also depends on what state you reside in, if they will honor that or not. So this is what he's saying. He's saying he done went there. He said he done did several attempts to try to get her to be a part of the other child's life. She refused. He said that they've been in different courts, court hearings and stuff. Still refused. And now he said that he was becoming desperate enough to even spy, as you would, on her socials to see that she's turning up, she's having a good time, she's not even remotely thinking about her child. So let me ask y'all a question. Do this story sound familiar? It sounds familiar to me. Isn't this not the same process that a woman would go through with a man when they call a man a deadbeat father? Where that woman would take this man to court. They'll try to have visitations order established. This man refused to have anything to deal with that said child. Don't this kind of sound familiar? Just like I say, it sounds very familiar to me. Very familiar. The only difference is that instead of being a deadbeat father, it is a deadbeat mother. So we're going to hear this again, and we're going to segue into what this content creator Yanni had to say about this as well too. All right, so let's go.
So I'm dropping my son off for his mom's week. She is not answering the phone. FaceTime, phone call, text message, doorbell, at all. It's her week. I have sole legal custody. I call all the shots. She said in court this past Monday, she didn't want nothing to do with him yet again for the third time in court. Fourth time to my knowledge.
Okay, now let's start to dissect the things that he's saying, okay? Now, she already blatantly told not only him but the court systems that she don't want to have nothing to do with this child, which I find that very, very curious for a woman to do that. I'm not surprised about it, but I find it curious to a woman who does that. Now, regardless of the fact, he also is saying this. He's saying that he done made attempts. He done went to ran the doorbell. She don't want to have nothing to do with it, and all these different other attempts and stuff too. Which once again, I'm asking that question: do this kind of not sound familiar? Is it not if this situation was in reverse? Is it not the same process that a mom would do to try to get a deadbeat father to be a part of the child's life? And the reason why I keep reiterating this question is because people think that when people do things like this, they think that it's something wrong with them or different things like that. But in reality, they actually are doing what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to perform every attempt possible to allow the parent to be a part of the child's life. Versus the saying, forget it. I'm just going to want to keep you away from your child, period. So, it sounds familiar to me. Miss K, salute, welcome. And Miss K says this. He wants a break, she has told him in the court. Okay. All right. Got it? But even within that, still kind of sound familiar. Sound like something that a normal, if the situation was in reverse, if it be the mom who's the one sole custody of the parent, would do the same as that thing. The mom would try to want to get a break from the child. The mom want to go out and hang out with friends or wherever she want to do. I mean, does it make this dude toxic for want to do that? But let's continue.
One of them was through text message. Yeah, I was snooping. I did. She's somewhere on the island, perhaps. Maybe she pulling, one of them stunts where she went there a month ago and now she's posting it. And legit, she's probably in the house just chilling. Not answering her phone, not fulfilling her parental obligation per court order. And so if you really don't want our son, yo, just do not come back, bro. Like, just do not. He didn't even want to get out the car. When he seen where he was at, he did not want to get out the car. He did not want to go to the door. I will not make my son do something he do not want to do. If he didn't want to be around his mother like that, that's cool. I document everything when he's of age and he's able to understand. Son, here it is. Plain and simple.
Now, let me ask y'all a question too, those of y'all who are veering, okay? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, that this is your situation, right? How many attempts would you do until you get to the point where you just say, forget it, I'm not doing it no more because this has been too much? How many attempts do it take? 5 attempts, 10 attempts, 20 attempts? Constantly being on, the other person's socials, seeing them doing all these things, and it triggers you every single day. How far would you go until you just say enough is enough and I'm done with it? But let's continue. We first get ready to listen to what this other content creator had to say about this, which is on Yanni. All right.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let the evidence show you.
I saw this on Life with Shonda's page, and I did not know the backstory at the time that I recorded this video, but this is what I had to say without even knowing the situation. I am going to give you the backstory and then I'm going to play the video, but it says here, this man left his pregnant fiance shortly after she gave birth. He then popped back up 8 months later and filed for full custody after she filed for child support. She decided she didn't want to fight, gave him custody. He's now mad she doesn't want visitation. So let me go ahead and play the video. And I recorded my opinion without knowing the details. I am noticing that I did do a screen grab and I did not notice the text off to the side. I just assumed it was some random person on Twitter or something like that.
All right. Before Yanni go deep into her review on this, all right? Now, as the story now unfolding, right, they're now saying that the baby mama was pregnant. The dude decided for whatever reason to ghost her during her pregnancy. And decide to, come back around, closer by within the 8 or 9 month mark and decide that he wants to be a part of this child's life. Now, do I agree with the whole ghosting part? No, I do not. I don't agree with that. But, however, being a man, I could speculate the reason why this dude probably did this. There's only one reason and one reason only a man would do this. And that only reason is because this man thought that this woman cheated on him. That's the only reason a man would do this. For some, between this time frame, he thought that this woman cheated on him, or it could even be this. I just thought about another reason too. Or it could be this. Or it could be that they may had a conversation, right, to where she wanted to be pregnant and he didn't want her to be pregnant. And one day they end up doing something, and she ended up trapping him. End up having sex without a condom, and lo and behold, she's pregnant. He became upset about it, went and did what he did, and decided to come back into the picture later, realizing that, you know what, I need to be a man and I need to deal with my responsibility, and decided to come back. That could be the situation, or it could be the first situation, like I stated, that they was having some issues within their relationship, and he was thinking that she probably cheated on him, and so therefore she ended up getting pregnant. He get upset about it, and then leave, and then decide to come back. So just like I say, I don't know the full narrative of it. I'm just only going by what I'm hearing right now. All right. Now, Miss K, I got your comment, even though you retracted, but I got it. It's a long one. Now you said he broke up with the mother that he was engaged to, and left her, came back when her son was 8 months, when she seen when she went to the child support court officer attorney general. He did want to pay when he wanted sole custody, and she gave it to him. Okay. And then also you stated on 2 attempts too. All right, gotcha. And then also you're saying that they were engaged. Okay, gotcha. So now, here's also my question on this. Since he decided to come back, right, shortly after when they gave childbirth, normally how the way the Office of Attorney General works, and this through every state, right? Normally how the way the Office of Attorney General works, right, is that once when that child is born, right, that's when the father can go ahead and do a DNA test right then and there to see if the child belongs to him or not. Now, I believe that when this dude found out that this child belonged to him, that's when he wanted to be a father to the child. Once again, I'm speculating. I don't know the full details. I'm only just speculating based on the information that I'm getting right now. But I'm curious to want to know, after this whole process with her going through the one childbirth and everything, going through the whole term of the pregnancy and stuff, I'm curious to want to know why she was that willing to give the child up for custody. What happened within that whole 9-month process that made her come to the conclusion that she wanted to give this child up to the father? I'm also curious about this too. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, right, this dude never had came back into her life. I wonder, would she had gave that child up for adoption? I wonder, would she had surrendered that child to the state? I wonder, would she had allowed that child to be surrendered and be a part of the foster care system? So I'm very curious about that. So after when she now this whole narrative, it says that she gave him custody of the child, right? But at the same time, it never said that she didn't want to have nothing to do with the child. Especially if she went and filed child support. So here's another question too. What happened between this time frame to where she went to the Office of Attorney General, tried to file for child support, all the way up until they went to family court, and within this process, she doesn't decide to hell with it. You can have full custody of the child. Wonder what happened between this whole time frame. And the last part of this is saying that now he's mad because she don't want visitation, which, to be honest with you, that's kind of rightfully so, as being human, right? Just because the parent held custody of the child, that doesn't mean that the visitations are automatically surrendered as well, too, unless that parent surrender their legal rights to that child. But this don't say nothing about her surrendering her legal rights. So it only says that she don't want to visit the child, and it only says that she gave permission for him to be the sole parent, custodial parent of this child. That's it. That's it. But let's go ahead and listen to the story even further from this content creator, Yanni, and see what she had to say about this.
And some random person on Twitter or something like that.
I'm tired of people coming online doing this. I'm tired of it. But he seems like a manipulator. This man seemed like a manipulator. He screams it, like his aura. It just screams manipulator, manipulator, manipulator. But his manipulating tactic backfired.
So how's she getting to this point that he's a manipulator? How? But continue.
His manipulative tactic backfired, and now he coming to us because it backfired and it blew up in his face. He seems controlling, and he seems like a manipulator. Someone that's fighting for sole custody of their child because they feel like the other parent is unfit. I'm assuming you really don't care about that parent showing up for no monitored quality time session. Like, you don't care if they show up for that. You hope they don't show up for that, court ordered or not. Like, you hope they don't, because you truly feel like this parent is unfit, which is why you stepped up as a parent and you took sole custody of that child. That's why most women do it. Most women do it because the parent is simply unfit. The man is simply unfit. But this is reversed. So, sir, your reason for doing it, the only way it makes sense is out of spite.
Wait a minute. What? Hold up. Huh? Wait a minute. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. So she just said that this whole situation is pretty much in reverse, right? But when she said it in reverse, instead of her saying that, okay, this is the same exact situation that women go through with deadbeat fathers, right? Instead of her admitting that, right, she just flipped the script and said, no, ain't that at all. This dude is controlling and he's being manipulative, period. Let's also say, hypothetically speaking, right, that what she's saying is true. What she's saying is true, that he's a manipulator and he's controlling. Can we also say, or can we also agree that women do the same exact thing, that they be manipulative and they be controlling as well too? Based on what she's saying. Now, do I see parts of him being manipulative? Of course, yes. Do I see him being controlling? I have not yet seen, I have not heard anything that even implement him being controlling or being a narcissist or anything like that. He haven't said anything like that. Now, if he was being controlling, right, he'll do the things what women do, which is use the system against her. Meaning that he will use the system like this. Like, say for example, I had a partner, right, a homeboy. Now, I had a homeboy, right. His baby mom was using the system so messed up on him that it was crazy. And this is what she did. She will sit up here and immediately file a motion on him without him even knowing, until the last minute. Like, say for example, she'll file a motion on him to have his child support order raised. Instead of him getting the legal documentation and paperwork right, she'll hurry up and go to her attorney, and they'll hurry up and file the motion right. They'll mail it off to a mailing address, knowing good and well this dude is not at this mailing address, and send it off, and then they'll go to court. And then when they be in court, right, does be acting like, well, where's the child's father at? The lawyer would say, well, we sent out motions and stuff like that for him to show up, but he, as you see, he didn't show up. But in reality, he didn't even know nothing about it. So the judge had no other choice but to reward that child's mother with the increase with her child support order. And different situations happen like that all the time, where women manipulate the system to get what they want. But at the end of the day, the reason why these type of women do that is because they are the one who are bitter and hurt. Because this dude don't want to take care of his responsibility. This dude left them high and dry with this child. And so they want this dude to pay. So within this, so far in this narrative, this dude have not said nothing where he's being all emotional about it, where he's talking about, forget that B, blah, 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 I'm going to do this and that. My homies told me to do this and that and that and that. Well, he ever said nothing about that. All he is doing is stating the obvious, stating his truth, which is that he done went through the court system. He done tried several attempts to get this woman to comply with the visitation order. That's it. She don't want to comply. He said he also indirectly seen her socials where she don't want to have nothing to do with the child. There's nothing toxic about that or anything. Versus on the flip side, when women do that, right, they be talking to their homegirls, and the homegirls be giving them advice who toxic SLs too. Girl, yeah, you need to do this and that. Girl, use my lawyer. They the real ones. They'll get you set up straight. They'll get you right. Be on your socials and stuff, right? Talking about the dude. He a deadbeat father, be showing pictures of him. Look out for this dude. If you're dating this dude, look out, because he's a deadbeat father. So far, I haven't seen this dude post no socials on her. He haven't post no pictures of her. Hell, he haven't even gave her name. But I know women that do that too. To they deadbeat baby daddies. They'll get a name, location, everything. If that dude working, they'll do a live and pull up to that dude's job. But let's continue. Let's go. I'm not saying that it can't be just no one way street. If the shoes fit, wear it. If this dude is doing what he's doing, then I'll agree. But so far, I don't see him doing that. Now, this whole part about him leaving to come back 8 months later, I'm kind of,
Most women do it because the parent is simply unfit. The man is simply unfit. But this is reversed. So, sir, your reason for doing it, the only way it makes sense is out of spite.
And the only reason why it makes sense to her out of spite is because she knows that women does this to men all the time. She knows this. She knows that women are manipulative towards men all the time. And I know what y'all gonna say, those of y'all who are reviewing this content. Urban, not all women does this. I'm not talking about all women. I know that. Common sense, I know that. I know that there are some good stand-up women out there. So I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about the certain type of modern-day women with this type of modern-day behavior. They the ones who does this. Out of spite. Now, I will give her a pass on this. The only exception to this rule is that if this dude was a beta male, matter of fact, a beta male simp, then yeah, these hyper emotional beta males will most definitely would do that. Them are the ones that are like narcissists and be doing all this weird crap. But so far, I don't see this dude even being a beta male. So far, I don't get that energy. I don't get that energy. I don't just by looking at his mannerism and how the way he's saying certain things. I don't get beta male energy from him.
Why are you even concerned about where she is? That's weird. He said he was on social media stalking her.
Yeah.
So out of that, out of everything that this dude said, she getting out of the point that he went on her social. He went on her social and now he's stalking her. How is he stalking her on her social when, first of all, let's be real. Can we be real tonight? First of all, socials is public information. If she got it out there, if she got her socials set to public, it is free for anyone to look at her socials. And the reason why is because she want people to look at her socials. Because if not, or if that be the case, that she would set her socials to private. Or she wouldn't have even have a social at all, period. If she don't want nobody to know her business, she wouldn't even have a social. So she got it out there. It's public information. Why not? I mean, he's a grown human man. He could do whatever he want to do, as long as he ain't going on a social and jumping into her DM and doing all these threatening messages like women will do. Women would see this, like, say, for example, this dude he could be up in Cancun somewhere, enjoying time with his girlfriend or future wife or wife. And they'll jump into the DM. I hate you, blah, blah, blah. I'm taking you that car, blah, 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 blah. And they'll share the thing out on their social. Look at him. He think he blah, 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 blah. But he didn't say that. He didn't say that he went on there and shared it out and say, look, y'all, deadbeat baby mama. And Cancun turned up. You never said that. He only said, like, man, I was trying to look for her because our child wanted to see her. And so I don't know what's going on. So I checked her social and she's doing X, Y, and Z. So that's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. So what's wrong with that?
Stalking her? You're stalking
And no, he's not stalking her.
an unfit parent to come be a parent? Why would you want them to do that? You hope and pray they don't show up. You, sir, are controlling.
I call all the shots.
You, sir, are a manipulator. And this was a manipulation tactic and it blew up in your face. It backfired. And I'm supposed to feel some type of way. This was manipulative. I want to know her side of the story. And then let me reassess this situation because it's your side, her side, and the truth. But
Let me give y'all some truth about this, okay? Whenever I hear people say this, that is your side, her side, and the truth, right? This is what this means in reality, okay? In reality, this means that I don't believe you. So I need to go and listen to the other person's story to validate my reasonings to not believe in you. That's basically what it is. That's basically what your side, her side, and the truth is. Your side is your truth that you're saying, but the person who's listening to it, right, they have the option to either believe you or not. In most cases, when they be in that space, right, they don't believe you. They do not believe you, period. So they already have a certain narrative against you. So they need to find some type of validation They need to find some type of validation to validate their feelings about how the way they feel about you. So they go to the other person's story. And so when that other person's story lines up with how the way they feel, then the truth is what they believe in. Your side, her side, and the truth. That's what it really is. So whenever I hear people say that, right, that's what they mean in reality. That's why me personally, I don't say stuff like that. Because if I say stuff like that, that means automatically that I don't agree with what that person is saying. So I'm trying to find any type of reason to validate my reasons to not believe in that person. Instead of just being truthful and honest and saying, hey, I don't believe what you're saying. And I don't agree with it. But let's go.
So far, you coming across as a manipulator. You are stalking this girl on social media, trying to figure out where she at, because this manipulation tactic blew up in your face. And now that she's out having fun, because she having fun. I know she is. I know she out here having fun. Having fun, enjoying her life, going about her day. Because I'm pretty sure she washed her hands with it. It's a boy anyway. He'll grow up and he'll just have to learn about me when the time comes.
So I wonder would she have the same energy if these roles was in reverse? I wonder would she say the same as that thing that hell the child father is out. He's washed his hand. He's out having the time of his life. He having fun. I wonder would she say the same as that thing for the child father? Well, for the father or the deadbeat father, if the roles was in reverse. I'm pretty sure she's not. I'm pretty sure she's going to take the side of the woman and agree and say, yeah, girl, he's a deadbeat. You need to go on the social. You need to take him to court. A matter of fact, when you go to court, take some screenshots and show it to your attorney, and the attorney going to show it to the judge, and they're going to see what this dude is doing, and they're going to go find him, and they're going to want to subpoena him, and they're going to do everything. Yeah, girl. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. But it's funny to me that when the role is in reverse, these type of modern day women, they end up losing their mind because now they're seeing that your sisterhood is just as toxic as us brothers in our brotherhood. Because yes, I admit, there are brothers out there who are toxic. I admit to it. It is. There are brothers out there that are toxic as hell. There are brothers out there that truly are deadbeat fathers for whatever reason it is. They're deadbeat fathers. I admit that. I know it is. But see, that's the difference between men and women. See, we could suck up our pride and ego and say that. But for us women who are very, 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 very egotistical, hell, more egotistical than men, they would not go and agree that their sisterhood is toxic. They would not agree and say that, man, our sisterhood is toxic. Our sisterhood got deadbeat baby mamas. They wouldn't admit that. The reason why is because they don't want to admit that, because they're way too egotistical. That's the reason why. Hence, this is the reason why she is taking the one approach of defending the woman. Knowing good and well the woman is wrong. Knowing good and well she's toxic. Knowing good and well that she's an unfit baby mama. Now, like I say, this content creator Yanni and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot of respect for her as a content creator. I really do. I really do. But in this situation, I'm not saying I don't respect it now. It is that I don't agree with what she's saying. I don't agree with what she's saying. And her sisterhood needs to take accountability for this. But let's go.
So she just went on about her life. Because you seem like a manipulator, you seem controlling. And you did this with the baby in the back to reach the public's attention. so that you could get some type of sympathy, because she's not giving you any attention and you're upset about that.
And there's women that do the same as that thing. There be women all the time, or I done seen there be women all the time on TikTok doing the same as that thing. It be women on Facebook, same exact thing. They're not gonna do it on IG because on IG is their bread and butter. But on them other socials, right? Yep, they do the same exact thing. Be playing the sympathy role for other women. I'm up here raising these kids by myself. I'm all alone. And you're telling me right now that I'm raising these kids by myself. And I want y'all to understand I have to pay for daycare. I have to pay for diapers. I have to get up and take them to the doctor. I have to get up when the child is sick. Hell, he ain't nowhere near when I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and take her to the child when I'm sick. Then I have to get to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Women do this all the time. So now when it's a dude that's doing this, right? Oh, it's all hell broke loose. Oh, this dude, oh my God, this dude toxic as hell. He's toxic and manipulative as hell. But women been doing this. So what's the difference?
So now you involve us in your problems, and we didn't ask to be in your business. This is between you, her, and the courts. Nobody asked for you to come online with this. This is super manipulative. Super. But like I said, I feel like this whole situation backfired, blew up in his face, and now he want to come complain to us about it. It's a redirected manipulation. Now, because the first tactic didn't work, he gonna try this social media tactic to see if he can make her feel bad. This is extreme.
To make her feel bad. To make her feel bad. The only way he can make her feel bad if she's also on his socials and she's seeing the things that he posts. Now, according to your logic and reasoning behind this, you saying that she's turning up and she's having the time of her life. She's enjoying her life. She's enjoying her hot girl summer. She's having mimosas and doing everything that she's supposed to do. So if she's doing all that, then why would she have time to be on this dude's social to allow this dude to trigger her? Because in reality, she's not. In reality, she don't care.
Ladies, this is extreme. This is the worst case video I've seen in a very long time. This, like, look at his eyes. It just says, oh, I'm trying to manipulate her since I couldn't do it the other way.
How, what? How does his eyes have anything to do with this? I understand that eyes is the gateway to the soul, but this dude's eyes don't have nothing to do with what she's talking about. Maybe she like that dude's eyes. I don't know. Maybe she like that dude's eyes. I don't know. But his eyes is not telling the story that he's trying to look for sympathy or anything like that. He's telling the story without a shadow of doubt. And if we want to stay on this narrative about him being manipulative, I mean, we could do that. But my rebuttal on that is women do the same as that thing. So what's the difference? Women do the same as that thing. Get on social media and tell their story. Now I don't hear this dude on here asking for handouts or anything like women do. He ain't saying, "Oh my God, man, I need y'all to hit the cash out, man, to help me out with this child." He ain't saying none of that. It sounds like he's saying he cool. The only issue he have is that she's not honoring her visitation. That's the only issue he have. But women do that. Ask for handouts and all kind of stuff.
I got it.
Be sitting up here crying on her and all kinds of stuff. Dude ain't even crying on her. He just telling us truth.
Do it this way. because I've been stalking her, keeping up with her, and she just out here living her life, and here I am taking care of her son. Sir, you went and you fought for sole custody. You wanted that job. You wanted that position. That's what you wanted.
I agree with her on that. I agree. That's the position that he wanted. I agree. But like I say, that hey, in the same situation, when women want to go ahead and conceive this child and give birth to that child to a dude who don't want to have nothing to do with that child, guess what? You wanted that. You wanted that. You wanted to have that child. So therefore, you wanted to have the child. It's an old saying is that you need to pay the cost to be the boss, right? So he's paying the cost to be the boss in the situation. Likewise, the women who crying the same thing, they're paying the price to be the boss. They paying the cost to be the boss too.
And you did such a good job at it that now her visitations are monitored, supervised. And she can choose not to show up. And you don't like that.
First of all, according to the court systems, right now, if it get escalated to the point where they need to be monitored, supervision, normally in that situation, that means that it was some type of toxic, it was some type of domestic situation that was going on, domestic violence situation that was going on, that was prohibiting the protection of their child. That'll be the only reason why you will have a monitor visitation. And this thing, it could either be with domestic violence, or it could be because the mom was on drugs, or it could be because the mom threatened the child. Like, it could be different situations in these extremes for it to be monitored. But other than that, the standard visitation order is not going to be monitored because the courts understand that you should be a grown, mature adult and you should abide by the rules of the visitation. Period. And now she can't just willy-nilly decide that she want to do it or not. No, she cannot do that. Nor if it's in the reverse with the baby daddy who's toxic. He can't do that. Because if they do that, then they're going to be foul in contempt.
You don't like that at all. You wanted her to show up. You wanted her to have to split this time in the way that you wanted it split. And so you got your way to manipulate her, to control her, and it backfired. We see you, sir. We see you. I see right through you. I don't understand. If y'all don't see it, y'all, I don't know what to tell you. But listen, I see him. I ain't going for this. I ain't going for this.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so that's the end of her review. Now, just like I say, she can see through this just like I see through the situation as well too. I see the reality of it. If we want to agree to that, then we can agree to that. But at the same time, we got to call a spade a spade. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? If that's what we're calling it, right? So just like I say, this whole situation here, it just, to me, it just is what it is. His baby mom don't want to have nothing to do with the child, and he did everything possible to make her be a part of the life, and she don't want to be a part of it. Now, what I would say is that since he made all these attempts to do that, and them attempts fail, I'll say forget her. I'll say let her live her best life, and you take her of your son. That's what I say. I would say forget all that. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that stuff. Don't worry about her coming into child life and going to court no more, because I know that you waste the money going to court all the time, because them court costs is not cheap to file a motion. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if this dude is doing the pro se or not, but if he is, I know if you want to do it pro se, I know that to file a motion and everything like that, he's spending at least almost like $200 per one court session a minimum of $200 if he's doing it per se. Now, if he's hiring an attorney to do that, that's right off the bat, $1,800 retainer right off the bat for family court situations. Right off the bat, $1,800 retainer. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my review on this situation. Once again, hey, to be honest with you, I'm actually proud that the brother is stepping up and being the actual father to his son, because like I say, us as men, we always be having this stereotype of us being deadbeat fathers, where we're not stepping up to our responsibility to take care of our child. So to be honest with you, salute to him for doing that. However way it turned out the way it is what it is, and he's doing what he got to do to take care of his child. You know what I'm saying? And the child mother is what it is. She's a deadbeat mama. Ain't no way around it. And we can't go on her, sit her in cap and say that she's doing what she's supposed to do. No. So salute to him. Salute to the things that he's doing to keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the future, the child mother will decide to come back into their life, and she'll fulfill her parental obligations. But if she don't, then screw her, forget her. No, well, let her live. That's why I say, stop going on her socials to see what she's doing. Stop ringing her doorbell, and just let her go, and let her live her truth. So I got to say about that. But thank y'all so much for tuning into this podcast. Let me know what y'all thinking about my review of this particular topic. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, and join me tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, tomorrow Thursday. Well, join me on Friday night, where I'll be doing my DJing for y'all. All right. So until then, thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all again on the next episode. Y'all have a safe night.